Good morning and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for June the 21st, 2021. Happy birthday, sweetie. Hope you have a great day. 'Tis the hub's birthday today, and I am 200 miles away from him, so we celebrated yesterday instead, which isn't quite the same thing, but still. Good morning, WC. How are you this morning? Or this evening over there on your side of the planet? Hope all's well for you. Decided I would do a few of the various and sundry nebula things, except, of course, I don't have all the toys that I need. Astrometric probe. Shall I just do those? Yeah, why not? There we go. Wow, how exciting, right? Right. So a new week begins. Risa is coming up. Trying to think of all the things I want to do during Risa because, as always, I still have to work, which I think sucks. I think people should just give me all their money, and I shouldn't have to do anything, and wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, you were mentioning that you got the assignment sent in last night, so I have done the proper sacrifices to the appropriate gods to hope that all goes well with that. I always hate it when I'm working on a project and I realize that I'm just not grasping some aspect of it. And the weird thing is sometimes, though, that the aspect I don't think I'm grasping, I'm overanalyzing. And that's the one thing that I absolutely ace, and it's the other part that's like, maybe I didn't do that quite as well as I could have done that. That is how my life goes sometimes. Let's make sure that's turned off. That's turned off. Greetings from Ed. I spoke with him for an hour and a half on Saturday. So hoping we have an Ed update every week. This upcoming Saturday, though, I will chit-chat with him and hopefully have some awesome news. Crossing fingers about that one. Because it's been 3 going on 4 months since Ed had to step down courtesy of Mr. Internet. Yep. I do that all the time. I'm reading through one of the quizzes that I have to take, and it's like, well, this situation presents itself. What is the correct answer? And you're only given a few answers, and I'll be like, well, that word could mean this, or they could be meaning that, but gee, they're talking about this, so maybe it's that. And yeah, invariably I'm wrong. Overthink of it. Yeah, it has been a long time. But like I said, I've been chit-chatting with him, courtesy of my son picking up the cost of doing overseas phone calls to Germany for, I think, $15 a month for unlimited calls. Definitely worth it. And get to chit-chat with him. And I got a couple of pictures of him, so he looks like he's doing well, too. Which is weird because when we're doing this and we're chit-chatting back and forth, I never actually see Ed. I mean, I know what he looks like. I know what a lot of you look like. Yeah, been there. I'm finishing up, I hope, this week the last of the Data Analytics Certification Level 1, which now that I'm looking at is like, ugh, is this something I'll ever use at work? Which comes down to the question, at my age, do I want to reapply myself to doing a different aspect of life? Do I want to take all the information I've learned and apply it to a new business? Do I want to just retire in 3 years? Actually, I don't want to retire. Unless I can write books. Speaking of books, I got notification that our book is in review. Book number 2, which is by Centaurian Alpha, is in review, which means they're just checking to make sure all the margins and everything line up correctly. And we may have book 2 ready to go to print in a day. It'd be lovely if it happens today, though. I think the hubs would love having the book published on his birthday. Oh, goody, we get to complete a Lucari TFO today. Physical damage on the ground and destroy Herc frigates. Well, those are pretty easy, physical damage on the ground. But I do not think we're going to do a Lucari TFO. Because, honestly, Draenor Beach Assault, Draenor Gauntlet, Gravity Kills, Zenkethi Front. Zenkethi Front I don't mind on the other account because I've got a ship that can handle it. This is not that account. Well, this one's all Centaurian Alpha. All I did was get it up and running. But my book's halfway done, won't be ready for Vegas, which doesn't matter because they're not going to let us sell them in Vegas. Doesn't mean we can't promote the heck out of them in Vegas, though. So, WC, we can continue the in-depth version of this discussion online, but in what I'm doing, there's no way to progress because there's a person who will never be leaving the job she's in because of necessity, desire. So I can't move up linear. So the question is, can I move up peripherally? Or is that just all going to be lateral motions? Good morning, Mr. Dave. Hey, Mr. Dave, you want to go out for a steak, you said, when we're in Vegas, or you just want to go out for a nice meal together? If you're steak determined, I will go find us an awesome steakhouse. If you're excellent meal determined, I got some ideas. Of course, that depends on what you'd like to eat. Yeah, it definitely is a shoot the breeze discussion. Maybe something we can do when you've got some downtime. And speaking of downtime, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after is the beginning of Risa. It is also the 4th of July holiday. No problem. No problem with that at all, Mr. Dave. We can go a place where everybody picks stuff. I just want to know if you like good food or if you are determined to have good steak. Both of which are doable. It's what I'm going to search out. Also what I'm going to budget for this one. Yeah, so 2 weeks till Risa. For those of you who have not got extra Lalunat favors, if you need to go buy them now on the market. Holy schmoly. Holy moly. Yep. Risa. I haven't heard anything about Risa for this year. I don't think they've made any changes that I'm aware of, except to add new prices. Which is a bit of a bummer, because I love Risa, but I wish they'd put more stuff in it. Alright, so I've got plasma damage on the ground, physical damage on the ground, and destroy Herc frigates. Let's see what we've got here. Gamma quadrant. Got home loaded up, but where have I got it loaded to? We are in Frontier Medicine. Okay, fine. We can certainly do that. Let's see. We need some Lex knives in there. And plasma damage. That's phaser. Have I got a plasma weapon in there? I do. It's a garbage weapon. I've got physical damage. That's Polaron damage. Polaron. Boy, have I got a lot of Polaron and AP. Not a lot of plasma. Yeah, I don't have that much plasma to do. Let's do this then. Let's pick up home. Go to the ground portion of it. I won't say that I know somebody who actually wrote a bot to do the dance party, which I'm thinking is the most ridiculous part of it to do with a bot. Because, one, it's only 15 minutes long. It's not that difficult. Every 15 seconds you just have to go click, and if you're smart, you just put the key up there in the first place, which we'll talk about. We actually should talk about it this week. And you can just sit there and click. 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 Ugh. I actually like the dance party because I'll load it up, do the dance party while I am running all the daily stuff on the side. And by the time one's done, the dance party's just about done, and there's stuff to go do. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to take 6 weeks to just play Risa?
We need to find their central computer.
Yeah. Oops. Probably don't need to wear that one there. Winter Wonderland, there's reasons to wear certain equipment and gear to make your game faster and more effective. Risa, nah, swimming suit's good. Guys, if you're going to use ground weapons, melee weapons, you have to get close to them to do it. Good, they've done 69 damage while I've done 2,300 damage. Yeah, Risa voices actually date back before they were required to use SGA. SGA? What is it? People who have got their certificates, licenses, whatever they are. Screen Actors Guild, SAG licenses, to do the VO work. So a lot of it is the old devs. Hence some of the more interesting voices that we all hate. Okay, let's switch weapons now. Oh my gosh, that's actually brilliant. I don't remember exactly what we've got. I know DT gave us a bunch of his favors to hang on to. So some of the ones we've got stashed are his. Pi and I, he had like 20,000 we'd stashed. Because I was giving them away last year. I like it. Loris is just standing here, cowering, looking tiny. And he's, what the heck? Am I injured? No. I'm just incompetent, apparently. Drawback to Rise, of course, is there will be an event of some sort going on. Aside from the summer event, since they always run concurrent events. I think I need to get my Gorna Speedo. I think that would look wrong on so many levels. And I wish they had better evening wear as well. I mean, they've got long outfits, so you know they can do it. They've got skirts, so you know you can do that. Why can't we have better evening wear for the ladies? I wonder if I've got a Tommy gun for him. Apparently not. Does that do physical damage? Nope, that's Disruptor. Okay. Wesley ski top, the formal belt dress. Huh. Have I seen that outfit? Besides, you can't wear a sweater on Risa. Ugh. Too warm. I'm going to say it's going to be in the 80s here today. The temperature is not that bad, but we had a thunderstorm last night, which means it's going to be humid. Okay, I definitely need to get a Thrak a better outfit. Keeps getting killed. Okay. Let's see, we have to do Herc frigates, but we can't do Herc frigates in this particular mission where it's at. So let's go see if somebody else can do it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to ruin his surprise. DT cracked 500,000 in DPS last night. I'm still trying to crack 150, but I'm doing it on a tank a little different. Ironside's trait. It's because you have a real life, WC. You're not required to be brilliant in the game if you have a real life. Though I'd switch at the moment. Let's see if she's picked up home at that point. Doesn't matter. And I do believe... Ooh, have I never played this one? I've never done this on this tune. How interesting. Yeah, I don't have either one at the moment. And I just dropped another $300 on the car this weekend.
I arrived here. I'm afraid. Then why are... Perhaps that...
Enough.
Agreed.
We may be
Let's see,
needing
60
your
Herc
solution to this
frigates.
problem soon, Doctor.
Yes, since you failed in a spectacular fashion.
Has it? Some might argue it's succeeded.
Yeah, I've spent more in repairing the car this year than the car's actually worth. So it's something to consider for next year's upgrading the car. But just for snicks, I checked into, instead of driving back and forth to Chicago every week, taking the bus and the train. Takes the same amount of time, roughly. Except they only run in the morning, which means running in the morning or very last thing at night. So get into Chicago noon on Saturday and leave at 8 p.m. on Sunday night. Get home at 2 in the morning. So I don't know how things are going over there. Right now, it's very difficult to buy a car here. So many people are looking for cars and very few are available. Which means, yes, I could definitely sell my car for more than it's worth, maybe even for what I owe on it. But then what do? Ride my bicycle? Which is fine, yes, I can ride my bicycle except for the 400 miles every weekend and the 300 miles every Wednesday. That gets a little challenging on the bike. Not that I haven't done it. I haven't done it in one day, but I have done it. Well, the thing is, my son needs to get a new car. I need to get a new car, and we've discussed sharing a car, buying a new one, and sharing it for 1 to 2 years, because he lives around the corner from his work, only needs it a couple of days a week for work-related errands. I can actually take the bus to and from. Probably save some money that way. I love it how every now and then you'll just sit there and a swarmer will take everything you've got and then suddenly go away like nothing counted up till that point. Which maybe that's the case. Come on, I saw you beam in here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hey, thank you so much for the follow. EFOHEX6678, or EFOHEX. Good morning, how are you today? And thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it. So we are 6 weeks out from Vegas, for those of you who are counting down like we are. We've scaled it down a bit this year since it's not an official Star Trek convention, and I know that attendance isn't going to be what it's been in the past, but we're definitely going to ramp it up for Chicago next year. Hey, Vegas. Woot, woot, woot. Oh, you subscribed. Wow. Thank you so much for the subscription. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's right. It's Prime Day, everybody. So for those of you who have things to buy from Amazon, this is your day. I have my list. DT and I have a few things we're getting for the convention. So we're going to get those all done today. And then they're done. Then I don't have to deal with it. Let's see if we got them all, or if I need to beam out and do that again. 46, got 14 to go, so let's beam out and try that again. I don't know if it's fun to watch or not. It's fun to play. It is totally fun to play, and thank you for that first time.
I arrived here at that.
We may be needing your solution.
So we do 2 shows a day. Well, okay, that's not quite true. We do 5 shows during week mornings, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night we do a show with DT and me, which tends to be a little bit more game-oriented mornings, me chit-chatting while I play. Don't frequently chit-chat about game, but real-life stuff too. As in WC's class and where the heck we're going to eat.
This is the Chimera.
He's going to be at the convention. Andrew Robinson's going to be at the convention. I don't have a big budget for getting autographs, but I want to get him. I'm trying to think who else do I really, really, really want to get. Oh, Robert O'Reilly.
We need to deal with the swarm attacking it immediately.
So I have the original book that people were signing, that Aaron signed just before he passed away. I'm trying to get as many voice actors to sign it as possible. Of course, now I have to go find that. Courtesy of airlines being what they are, I'm shipping all my clothes and everything out to DT a couple of weeks in advance. So I don't have to, check in with anything with the airlines, just wearing the clothes I'm going to wear. Both laptops that I'm taking with, nice power cords, and the book. All of my weapons are firing based on the keybind that Ed wrote for me, which I'll show you in 1 second. Let me beam out of here because I'm done with my 60s. Let me get out of here. I was trying to leave this early yesterday, and I had this trail of swarmers coming right behind me, even up to the edge of the map, and it wouldn't let me go. Very annoying. $400 suitcase? Wow. No, Mom is definitely not pulling threat. I should. You're right, I should have for that one. Gorny is set to pull threat, and Complicatus is not. So, let's go over here. So Ed wrote a really short keybind that is set. Excuse me? That's weird. Are we not pulling thread today? My keybind is not working. Oh no. Normally I have everything triggered to go off of the spacebar. Let's see here. You know what? Maybe I've got it in here. There we go. So bind load file. And then what we're going to do is, I think it's Carl. So it's doing that again. Oh, I'm not happy. It's done this before where my keyboard doesn't like me. Let's get something else up here. All right, there we go. Let's see if it'll do that. There we go. In theory, this should bind. We'll see if I'm having issues then. Oh, it's still not working. Okay, let's see if Gorney's working then. Okay, this is really weird. This is showing that my keybinds aren't set up, which we know that they are. So, I have a keybind that Ed wrote, which is actually a macro rather than a keybind. A keybind would lock any specific key to a specific function. That could be WC, but I'm not sure. So currently, every time I hit spacebar, it's going to trigger everything in row 9 and then row 10. Let's try this then. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, on those big cooldowns that you don't want to toggle on and off WC, I write them into the keybind so they're part of the sequence. But because it's the 4-minute cooldown, it depends on how desperate you are for it. I tend to write it with Photonic Officer and things I want to trigger as often as possible right at the beginning, and then the bigger ones either toggle them on and off or at the very end. Well, that wasn't what I
We'll need
wanted.
to find their central
But let's see if it's working
Once
here.
we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on
Yeah,
the Cure.
this
When
whole thing
that's
isn't
done,
showing
we can
today.
instruct each ship in their fleet
Don't
to
really want to
replicate
restore
the
to
code and
defaults, but
distribute it
none
to
of these are
every guard on
bound.
board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
Oh, hold on a second. Yep, it's an RPGs. All right. Not a happy day. And yet it's working. That's what's weird. Even though it's not showing. Let's see. Let's see if we got anything up here. Let's try skirmish. So far, I have not heard that she's going to be there. Oh, this is being very annoying today. Anyway, FO, yes, you can write a keybind. You can download a lot of decent keybinds on the system that will let you set up a series of actions that will trigger off of a single key. In my case, everything on trays 9 and 10 will trigger from hitting the space bar, and that's my firing sequence. And I don't have to constantly hit the key, space bar. You can just hold it down. You can do that with any key that you want. Carl is triggered on the up, down, left, right keys, and I use that entirely for this account. My other account has got a different sequence, so let's see, WC, if this works better here. Options, keybinds. Nope, still all grayed out. Very weird. Definitely something to complain about. Let's try the other account really quick. Hang on a second here. I'm going to switch accounts. And let's grab Kethsa. I had a big problem yesterday with the other count not wanting to count any of the events as being there. So I played Strike at Sadia 3 times and 1 TFO and finally got it to count. Thank goodness Strike at Sadia is really easy. Alright. Nope, happening here too. So absolutely nothing is showing as being bound, and yet generally this is what's going on. These keys, so your S key is normally triggered towards pitching your ship up, down, left, right. You can write your own sequences. Yeah, I'm sure it's a bug. I'm sure it'll get fixed with the next patch because it's still functioning. So let's see if we've got anything. For example, fire all weapons is Alt plus spacebar. I've got it just triggered for spacebar. But if you don't want to write your own, Alt plus spacebar will be fire all weapons. And you can just let your finger rest on that the whole time. So this tune is set up to pull threat, though not as much as it could be. I've got to switch out something here. I've got beta, attack pattern beta. If you want to pull extra aggro, set it up for delta. So I've learned. I don't even know if I've got delta in here. I do not have delta in here. Interesting. I have work to do. And to write a macro, once you know what you're doing, and there's a bunch online, you can just go ahead and pull one up and see what's there. It'll set everything up to hit a series of keys or a single key and tie it in. So Carl.text is up, down, left, right. This one is called 8-ball, which Ed also wrote, and it's going off the number pad, which is 0147. And 0 is the equivalent of firing everything in 8 and 9. 1 is my boosts, 4 is my hull, and 7 is my shields. And then if you do up, down, left, right, you've got it set up for spacebar being fire all weapons, whatever the sequence is. Left key is all hull, right key is all saves, and the downward key is the oh crap key, which is all your emergency saves, which in my case happens to be my line 7 down here. But you'll notice mine's not just fire all weapons. I've got emergency power to weapons, attack pattern beta, photonic officer, fire at will, and so on. And these are all set up for pulling as much aggro as possible, because this is my tank ship. I don't care about firing as much as I care about pulling the aggro so the other guys can fire. WC, yeah, I don't know about you, but this is the last section of the certificate that I'm working on, and it's like pulling teeth to just get through it. If I can do 20 minutes a day, I feel like I've accomplished something. It's not that intense, but it's also not that pleasant. Okay, what do we got on this one? We've got destroy Zenkethi ships, defeat Terrans on the ground, and destroy Zenkethi ships in the battle zone. Okay, it's a twofer. I mean, I can get one done with both of them. So let's go do Gankra. Blech. Gankra's not my favorite. First thing on a Monday morning, it's going to be crowded. It's always crowded on Gankra.
Welcome to God.
Yes, I know. Alright, let's see what we got here. Asteroid pull down here is one of my favorites, but they're all semi-done. Let's see if we can get this one done. The reason I like asteroid pull for doing a lot of ships is it will send tons of small ships at you. Not so many big ships. Yeah, this bug has popped up a couple of times before where you cannot get...
Fight off the incoming Zenkethi ships. Control the area.
Anyway, where you can't change your loadouts, or excuse me, you can't change your keybinds and you can't view them. They're still there, but you can't see them. And much as I like this ship for tanking, it is the absolute worst for acceleration. It's just, ugh. It's like driving a brick. Am I the only one here? No. Definitely not the only one here. Seriously? We're not going to have any bad guys here today? Oh, this is going to be a long day if I have to get 30 here. It is a shame Ed's not here, because Defeat Terrans on the Ground is one of his favorites. It's Pavo Dissension. Maybe I'll play that today. I haven't done that for a while. Or, where are we at? We're at 6:36? Yeah. We may just go down and do Illusions of Communication. Alright, there's no love to be had here today. Let's see if we've got another one open. Nope. Okay. Alright, so this one definitely does not love me today. That one just went. I think we'll come back to this one after we get this first one done here. Oh, there we go. That's what I want, is those little frigates. Alright, I got my 5 there. Let's go off and do something else, and we'll come back and play this at lunchtime. Who hasn't played lately? That's a good question. Ketka? Yeah, we haven't played our kitty kitties for a while. I know she's not ready for that one. So this is Kethsa, my original Romulan. Do I not have this one loaded? Wow. I don't. Amazing. So, for most of you already are aware of this. Certain missions have the things that you want at certain times, so I tend to run the game up to there and get out of it and just play that sequence over and over and over and over again. So, illusion of communication at the halfway point. Come on. Wow. Apparently nobody's got this one. There it is. Mouthless Mutters.
The research facility.
I like how you beam in, they're all standing up. As soon as the game starts, they all fall down to the ground.
Your assistance is appreciated.
I have recovered.
So for those of you who have been following along in the game, we are up to Tenebris Torquent on Catha. So I think we will do that one tomorrow morning, because that is a long one.
I was able to take
As
her
I've
as a-
discovered painfully, if you leave in the middle, you have to restart it.
The device there, near the crystals, disable it to interrupt the Terran's hold on Pavo.
So I have 20 Terrans, no problem. Okay, Mr. Dave, here's my issue for the convention this year. I don't have any costumes. My old Star Trek uniform finally passed away, and I don't have the time or energy to sew a brand new one from scratch, especially since, I'll be honest, it's not the big convention that it usually is. We weren't even sure we're going to be able to do it this year. So we have our hula Gorn shirts, our Hawaiian Gorn shirts. That's one day's of costumes. And we have something else that we're wearing another day. Not a costume, but something we hope that will get done. And then I'm stuck. I have nothing else. I can't even remember what I wore last year. I mean, I suppose I could put together my Rizian costume for one day. The first year we did a booth, we decided to have a Risa-themed booth. So basically I had taken bikini tops and... oh, that's what's going on there. And, you know, like clam diggers, sandals, then discovered that the interior temperature at the convention center was 60-some degrees. Day 2, tried to dress a little bit warmer. By day last, I was just wearing whatever sweats I could find. I was freezing. Let's see.
Yes.
I can do the blue. Not a problem. The antenna, slightly more challenging. Let's see, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days worth of costumes to figure out. We did discover, though, never take off your hula Gorn shirt because people want them. Good morning, Lord Sepulchre. How are you doing, sweetie? Let's pick this up. I think just for snicks, let's go grab one of my tunes who hasn't done anything. Indeed. Indeed. Let's see. Kethba. Ooh, Fear Not. Yes, definitely we need to go play this one. Doing the blue skin might be a little challenging, Mr. Dave. The thing is, if you have splat hair dye, you can do the blue skin, but it's going to stay there for a week or so. And I mean, it's blue. Blue. It took me the better part of a week to get it off my fingers. And I suppose it was more aqua than blue this time. And it leads to complications when you get onto the airline. People just look at you. Alright, so this is Fear Not. Post-war. Excuse me one second. Ta-ta, WC, have fun with the dishes. What ship is that?
You're one of them, aren't you? We've
Ardat
been all
Yakshi.
over this place for evidence of your terrorist plots, and here you are.
Okay. Can you explain that to me? I'm sure there's a meaning behind it because your stuff always has meaning. Ooh, don't forget there's going to be a brand new recruit event coming up, which is Gamma Recruits. Not that I've finished any of my other recruits yet. Ah! Huh. Very interesting. So I was playing one day with Pi, and we were in a team, and he goes, Mom, there's another Scandinavian person here today. I'm like, how do you know that? And he goes, the name of the tune is Fartjävel, which is Danish for speed demon. I said, yes, I'm aware of that. It's me. Oh. I've been studying Danish in my spare time. In my infinite spare time. When I'm not doing this. When I'm not at work. When I'm not studying for another class. When we're not writing the book. When I'm not working on 2 new quilts. You know, infinite spare time. Alright, before we go any further, let's cheat. Which mission are we in? Is this Veronat? Give me this, please. In progress. Memory lane. Okay. If you're hunting for accolades, check the missions. There's no specific accolades to this mission. Interesting. There used to be an accolade for picking up various pieces here. I think they've gotten rid of it. You used to have to go look for a flower here and do certain things there. If you haven't done a Romulan tune, I strongly encourage you to do a Romulan tune. I think it's one of the best storylines. This and the Gamma Arc storyline are very nice. Probably because I've done the Klingon one so many times, though the new Klingon one has been nicely refined. Okay, you're not going to let me go that way, are you? Well, does the Tribble server count the same way that these count? In terms of it's a legitimate server and everything gets you your accolades and prizes and all that, or isn't it more the experimental? Because I always thought that the Tribble server was the experimental one and the holodeck one was the main one. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that.
They'll pay for what they have done to our colony.
Devex's old helmet. Reminds me of better times.
Hey, don't hit me. Ah. Well... Come on, let's be honest, Lord Sepulchre. They haven't worked out all the bugs on a lot of this stuff. Oops. Oh, we haven't found Rina yet. Uh-oh. We have to go find Rina. That means we still haven't done the whole Nimbus arc. Can you reclaim Muller's sword, or do you have to run the mission yourself? I definitely think they've changed this one somewhat. Ah. Off to the rendezvous point. Pick up our loot as we go along. Confront the Romulan captain, but we are Romulan. Of course I want to know the reason why, Lord Sepulchre. So we off the rest of the Starfleet teams, but not these guys. Interesting, interesting. Oh, there's the painting.
I
Okay.
remember that painting. We should take it with us as a reminder of home.
Always wondered where the painting was.
So, you're the... Of course you are.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah. Come on, team. You guys with me? Let's do it. Let's go get these stinking Romulans. Oh, hold it. We're stinking Romulans, too. Okay.
This was such a peaceful place once.
Hang on. What did we just
so
miss?
Beautiful.
Something flashed as we came through here. Yeah, I'm cheating.
Enough, I yield! What? Surprising. That makes a surprise. I agree.
Let's beam up. I do not have the S31 rifle on this account. This is brand new, well, not brand new account, but from 2 years ago. Still, no, take that back. Maybe I do. This is not the new account. This is the old account. And it just occurred to me, I've got to put some new tune slots on the new account. Maybe I need to make a whole new account. I might need to make a whole new account. That's why I need 3 accounts. Youch. Yeah, I don't want to make a 3rd account, but I've got this one completely filled up. I'm going to have to buy some more slots to do the gamma recruits on both of these. I think I need to buy a 3rd account.
Enemy ship on sensors.
How disappointing to see you alive.
I don't enjoy.
Oh well, let's see what we can do here. Let's check out the little guys first. Then we'll go to work. Well, that would be awesome, Mr. Dave, because we're going to let people play with them at the convention. I get really worried that somebody might muck things up. And I won't do that to your account or my account. So I'll create a brand new one. I'll have DT create a new one. And I think I've got a 3rd computer I can take with just in case. I think we're just going to run it with an Xbox and 2 laptops this year because of the different setup. We set up the extra account specifically for Vegas 2 years ago. Got the new computers for it. Then for people who had donated, we gave some of the computers away, thinking we'd get new computers for that year, for 2020. Didn't need to do that. And anything with Lifetime scares me if something happens to it. Not that people are idiots, but because they don't know what they're doing, sometimes they just make bad mistakes. Alrighty. Hail the Romulan captain.
I am impressed by your quick thinking.
I picked up a transmission from an attack group in this direction. It sounded like you must have uncovered something significant enough to...
That can't be. Are you suggesting I had something to do with it? What? I know my
Let's go do this one over here. Like we need magnesite. And let's depart that system. Sure can, Mr. Dave. We can do that one of 2 ways. And easiest way, rather than my logging into yours, is if you've got time and you're on our server, you can actually do a live stream from your server in DT and I can look at it. Otherwise, yeah, I can log in for you, but we need to get that arranged, so once that's set up, we only have a few minutes for you to send me the code to get into it. But I'm happy to do that. Oh, what do I want? Romulan engineer? Ooh, look at that one, Superior Romulan Operative. We are definitely taking that officer. There we go.
Greetings. Given what you've discovered, while I appreciate
Time is short.
All right, we will start Nimbus next time around. Okay, we can do that. Let's figure out a time when we can do that, because you're going to have to send me the information. I'm going to log in. It's going to tell me I need a one-time code. You're going to have to get that code off your email and send it to me. And I'm fine to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go to work to get some money so we can pay for all this stuff. Everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. We will be back tomorrow. Actually, we'll be back tonight. So if you want to join us tonight, 7 p.m., 12 hours from now, DT and I will be doing stuff. Have a great day, everybody.